2, 3, and.
Yeah, I'm a bit worried. Got the headset microphones that we've never used before on another project, but a bit excited as well because it's something new. Worried because of how big of a scale it is with so many students, but not much else other than that now.
Basically, we set up all the looms the other day in the cube, and now we're just kind of taking them out of the cube and putting them all in here, if it makes any sense. So yeah, it makes our job like 10 times easier because we've already set it all up. We just basically have to plug it all in.
However, at the moment, not doing much because it's mainly Ben's role. We have to do something called ringing out the room, where you purposely cause feedback from a microphone. So you know when you're at like a live event and you hear the massive screeching noise, you purposely create it, and you find the frequencies you don't want, and you take them out to stop it happening on the live set. So that's all they're going to be doing today.
They help us by putting all of our mics and stuff, like because we're performers, or me especially, I don't really know anything about the mics, so knowing that they're putting it on me, I put my trust in them, making sure that it's on, so that when I go down and sing that it's not off and it's at the right level and everything. So yeah, they do play a big part.
And also as well, like when we do our mic checks at the beginning, we all have to sing separately. And that's so like we're not going to be overpowering anybody, and they like because we have to sing the most notes we can sing in every song.
Cool. So my music tech team are basically in charge of anything to do with sound, pretty much, through to obviously the main front of house speakers, through to the monitors, the band, how the band are mic'd and how they're kind of put into the actual player itself. Down to the sort of radio mic that the rest of the cast wear as well. Any sort of sounds that you hear on the night, we've pretty much been involved with that and how it conveys to the audience.
And he told me he was single and we hit it off right away. So we started living together. We'd go to work.
The main struggles we've had is kind of technical faults, so like cables going wrong, maybe the desk kind of like resets a bit or didn't save properly, or there's just like elements of the production that didn't go to plan or didn't go too well.
What we're doing now is just taping over, so you've got the belt pack, which is the transmitter to the receiver down there. They're all labelled. And then you've got the lavalier, which is the microphone there. The pick is taped onto the side of the mouth a little bit. But on the lavalier, you've got this little square bit, which is called a breakaway cable, breakaway point. And basically, because of how often these things break, it's designed to, because that's on the belt. If that gets dropped, it's designed to completely snap in half. And then you can send it off to Sennheiser, who made them, and then they just fix them. But we just don't have the time to fix them, so what we're doing is we're just going to tape them over, so it's easier to fix them here with this way than it is to send them to Sennheiser, because you don't have time for posting them off.
I believe that it is more than kind of a college project now, because it's such a big venue and there's a lot of people going, there's like 1,000 people going. So I feel like there is a lot more riding on it than just a college project. Like, it's not just like a pass distinction merit, it's like the whole show could go wrong if you do something wrong. And that kind of has built a bigger like sense of friendship in the group, because everyone like relies on people a lot more, everyone trusts people a bit more. There's a lot more kind of like talking, cooperation and stuff like that.
I feel like if you're gonna work with a lot of boys, you have to be quite like out there, and you have to say your opinions and not keep them back and stuff. But it's very much like the industry. Like the industry is so male dominated that college kind of reflects that. Do you know what I mean? So.
So yeah, we work closely obviously with the technical theatre guys in regards to getting the staging together, in regards to sort of the lighting, and make sure that we're not kind of treading on each other's toes, as well as using kind of similar techniques as they do. But then of course deal with the musicians and music performance very closely with the musicians and making them sound right, making sure they're happy with the in-ear monitoring that we use, or over-ear monitoring that we use. And then of course the cast again, so musical theatre, a lot of theatre all the time, musical theatre and dance, and of course they all need to wear mics and they all need to be heard. So yeah, generally we're across the board with everyone really.
So 1 through 8 statics, everything else on the console is wireless.
I hear you.
But then a lot of the kind of work that they do once they get to kind of rehearsal weeks, as well as once they get into the actual venue itself, of course they're generally in black, in the back, and get kind of forgotten about, or can do, until something goes wrong. And I think it's quite easy to kind of penalise music production or the guys doing the sound when something does go wrong, but not kind of congratulate them or see the kind of hard work that goes into the show when it goes right. How do we prepare for a show? Right, well, variety of things really. We might look at obviously previous years where we've done shows, because of course we have a whole back catalogue of how we've done it previously, of kind of pros and cons to that. We may look at new methods which may be coming to light, whether the students are bringing that to the table or from myself, or kind of modern technology. And it'll be sort of a basis of obviously theoretical kind of research and running and practicing things, down to obviously completely practical research of every aspect. So we can't really do front of house until we get in the venue, but particularly with the musicians and the musicians in the pit and the headphones, that's something we can kind of set up in the willows and some of the spaces here, and really just being able to have that hands-on environment.
It's kind of gave me an opportunity to have a music, like a production, like the real world. So like it's not just a college performance, it's kind of a big, massive performance that has a lot relying on it. It's a massive project. Yeah.
Wow, okay, we're heavily kind of Mac orientated, or at least computer orientated. We use a variety of different kind of software, which comes obviously with plugins on top of that. Variety of synths and stuff if you're using synthesis or sampling, but a lot of that's sort of in the box now within the computer. Obviously we use MIDI keyboards or MIDI drum pads. Everything that you might use if you're in a band as well, so standard kind of guitar amps, understanding how they work, understanding how drum kits work, understanding how PA systems work, mixing desks galore all over at that, headphones, monitoring speakers, that's about it. There's probably a bunch of other stuff. Microphones, of course, microphones.